BookTube. Well, I'm on my way to work and just thought I would stop in and do a little bit of a video, kind of a catch up with what I've been reading and everything. It's Wednesday today. It is 53 degrees out here, beautiful. And in 2 days' time, we're supposed to get snow. Crazy, crazy weather. But anyway, I've read quite a few things. 3 of the things that I have finished reading recently were mangas, and I think I'm just going to do those in a separate video. I know one of you recently requested that I do more manga. Well, that's coming up. So I'll do a manga review on those 3 kind of standalone books in a separate video. So if you're into manga, you can watch that. If you're not into manga, feel free to skip that. I do have a lot more manga lined up. We got a bunch in at the used bookshop that I'm able to rent out like I did with these other 3. And there's several different series I'm looking to just kind of dip my toes into and see what they're like. So I will talk about those when I get a chance to read those. In the meantime, what I finished reading was a book entitled Helltown by Jeremy Bates. I'll put a screenshot of the cover here. I've read several of Jeremy Bates' books before, Suicide Forest, Catacombs, Island of the Dolls. I liked all 3 of those. Read some other ones that were kind of a bit of a miss for me, like The Sleep Experiment. There's another one, Mountain something, I can't remember the exact title. It dealt with the Outlaw Pass. A lot of his are basically focused on either world's scariest places or urban legends that you've heard about, and Helltown is apparently an actual location where a lot of weird supernatural phenomenon people have experienced, and that's kind of what the book's described as, like an occult supernatural phenomenon in this town called Helltown, and a group of young people, mid-20s or so, head out there to kind of check out what's going on. It just kind of is like a fun kind of thing to do on Halloween. They even dress up in Halloween costumes. I mean, a little lame, but whatever. So they head out into these woods and they go to this bridge where there's this sort of thing about a baby or some kind of urban legend that has taken place. But they get kind of like buzzed by this hearse that goes flying past them, like really crazy, driving at high speeds, and they're kind of like freaked out. And when they get on the road, suddenly the car is in front of them heading towards them, and the driver of this group of kids in one of the cars, they're in 2 separate cars, decides to play chicken. And at the last minute swerves out of the way and causes an accident. So now we've got several of them injured, one of them seriously, the driver, and they're in really dire straits. And so this what I thought was going to start out as a supernatural horror. That's the kind of horror I prefer, the otherworldly horror. We get enough real life horror in real life. I don't want to watch that. But it turned into basically a slasher film in a book form, and I don't like slasher films. They end up being chased, and serial killers after them and stuff. It's you know throughout the book pretty much who the serial killer is. It's not a mystery in any format, but there's lots of trigger warnings I could throw in there. Graphic depictions of gang rape, violent deaths. 2 people die in the most horrific way I don't even want to go into, but it's slow and gruesome. Expect blood and guts galore. And it just wasn't for me. I mean, I'll give it to the author in terms of, yeah, he wrote a good slasher film, a slasher book. But that's not what I went in expecting, especially with the description of the supernatural phenomenon in the back. I just didn't want that. But I mean, his characters are well developed. You get a sense of who they are as people, the setting, and the woods, and everything, and the pacing of the story and all that is good. But it just wasn't for me. So if that's what you're into, fine. I would probably more recommend some of his other books, like I said, the earlier ones that I mentioned, Suicide Forest or Catacomb. But yeah, this just wasn't for me. What I'm currently reading is this book here, Sugar and Vice. This is The Cookie House Mystery by Eve Calder. It's book 2 in the series. It is March Mystery Madness, so we are hitting up the mysteries this month. That's kind of my goal. I haven't really participated too heavily in any reading themes or months in a while, so kind of feel like in the mood. So I guess you can call this March Mystery Madness and Manga Madness, because I'll be doing a little bit of both in the month of March. But this features a main character, Kate McGuire. She's a pastry chef who left her job basically just to get away from her cheating fiance and moved to a small little town. I've forgotten the name of it now. Coral Cay. I believe it's in Florida. And ends up working at this little cookie house place. The first mystery was really, really enjoyable. Love the characters. I love the little dog Oliver, who's just sort of the town dog. Really good mystery. This one, it features our main character, who is now working full-time, pretty much kind of part owner at the cookie house. And her friend next door runs a flower shop, and in this time, the murder mystery takes place in her backyard. They end up digging a body up, and they think at first it's some pirate that's believed to have been buried and along with his treasure somewhere in this area. And there's actually an old boot, it looks like, from that time frame, but it may have been a costume. It turns out it's not as old as we think. It's not the pirate, and it's a more recent murder, and now they're trying to figure out, you know, who it is and what happened. But I really enjoy the first one immensely. I love the whole setting, the people. Really, really well done, well written. So I'm looking forward to this. Again, I've got book 3 as well lined up too. So in terms of my audiobook, I am still listening to Elric of Melniboné by Michael Moorcock. It's a omnibus with the first 4 chronological stories according to the author's preference. And it's a revisit for me. It's been quite some time since I read the Elric stories, and except for the second book in the in this omnibus, I'm enjoying them immensely. I thought the second one was a bit slow, but I'll talk more about that a little bit later. And anyway, like I said, stay tuned for the manga video. I'll be filming that one hopefully Friday, and we'll go from there. And you guys are going to be participating in either March Mystery Madness or my newly dubbed Manga Madness. I don't know if there's a manga themed month anywhere, but I'm going to make it this month. So yeah, if you guys are into cozy mysteries, anything you're reading right now, and if you've read any of these before, let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. I'm off to work on such a beautiful day. Gosh, I'd rather be outside reading. Anyway, bye-bye.